Good morning, everyone. My name is Caitlin Breedlove. I'm the co-director of Song, Southerners Underground. And those of you who know me know that I'm not the best with technology. And so it really takes a lot for me to make an iMovie video. And I'm making this today because I feel so passionate about the work that Song is doing in Georgia, and I want to ask for your support. When we started fighting the hate bills against undocumented immigrants in Georgia, we were told that this wasn't a fight that Song should take on. We were told it was ants against the lion, and that we would not be able to garner the support of LGBT people around the South and in Georgia for all undocumented people. We were told that we were wrong when we said there were connections between what was happening in Georgia with undocumented people and other marginalized people. We were told that there's no connection between the way that LGBTQ people, particularly trans and gender nonconforming people, are policed in bathrooms, in workplaces, in public every single day, and the way that African Americans are policed while driving, while walking, and while being in the city of Atlanta. We were told that there's no connection between those two things, and there's no connection between the two of those and the way that undocumented people are now being asked to enter a new level of terror and fear just for living and existing and being in our communities. Song said, yes, there is a connection. Yes, we are willing to fight. And we've been able to show that, in fact, the argument that not leaving people behind can only be used in theory and not in campaigns is just not true. I woke up this morning and I wanted to tell you about the incredible wins we've had so far and the work that's still to come. I think about the kind of media work that we've been able to do without queer Latino leaders of song and other organizations talking to the entire Spanish-speaking world through CNN Espanol about the connections between this work. I think about us being interviewed today by BBC on the same subject to talk about our ongoing work. I think about the incredible amount of grassroots organizing work that we've been able to build. New LGBTQ left coalitions in Georgia and our work there, as well as the work around garnering 9,000, 10,000 people to rallies in support of our work. I think of trans and gender nonconforming and LGBT people of color doing the security for these rallies and showing both the visibility and the incredible strength that our community brings to this fight, those of us who are immigrants and not, those of us who are documented and not. I think of the incredible bravery of the students who have been arrested, who have been out as undocumented, who have been out and unafraid, many of them also out as queer, to say, we are here, we refuse to live in the shadows and in silence, so come get us. And the incredible success of calling the bluff of power, where actually police and ICE have not deported these young people, but they've released them with community service hours. And then I think of the amazing win this week that I want to tell you about, where courts in Georgia have filed an injunction to halt and stop aspects of HB 87, particularly the aspects that are about harboring and transporting undocumented people. And we know that while judicial systems may have taken interest in this fight without organizing, it is very unlikely that we would have come to this place of action without the organizing work we've done. So today, what's happening in Atlanta is that there is a declared around Atlanta and the state of Georgia Day Without Immigrants. And what this means is that businesses and organizations are closed to honor what our economies and our community lives would look like if there were not immigrants in our communities. We want to use this day to uphold the contributions that undocumented people make. And I also want to ask you to support us in drawing connections between the contributions that all marginalized people and workers make. When we think about the hate and the vitriol that the right is bringing against our communities right now, it's one of the main things, right? That we are not visible, that we don't matter, that our contributions don't matter, and our work does not matter. So when I think of this work, I also think of how I wanted to ask you, as other leaders, as other organizers, as other people in support, many of us with more privilege than many of the people on the ground working in Georgia, to take a few minutes and show your support. Show your support for the kind of community work that's being done. Show your support for these LGBTQ people of color. Show your support for the many undocumented people that may be arrested at our rally tomorrow. Many times, progressive LGBT people, when we see a good campaign or a good thing going, we step back and think, oh, they got this, So we'll just step back and let this happen. And I'm getting in touch with you through this video to tell you that we actually deeply need your support in this fight. We know there's a buzz and conversation in many communities about this work, and we want to ask for your support. And we want to ask for your support today as a symbol of honoring the work of each other and saying we are essential to each other. We are key. Undocumented people help make our communities whole. LGBT people help make our communities whole. If you believe this, as emotionally as I obviously do, will you please go to southernersonnewground.org and hit donate now and contribute today in honor of anyone that you want to, but particularly people in your life, whether it's people you're in your community life with, parents, ancestors, other folks whose work was never honored the way that it should have been. So please honor our community's work today by giving to Song. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Caitlin Breedlove. I'm the